Over just 2 business days, last Friday and this past Monday, Donald Trump and his administration suffered 4 major defeats at the hands of federal judges. Everything from immigration policy to voting to even offshore wind farms. This administration lost. 4 different judges, 4 different issues, 4 different courts, 2 days. We're going to go through these one by one. The first one is about lawmakers making unannounced visits to ICE detention facilities and other ICE, offices. Now, a couple months ago, Kristi Noem signed a directive as the director of Homeland Security in charge of ICE, saying that lawmakers are no longer allowed to just pop in to any ICE facility. Again, it's detention centers and ICE field offices. Can't do it. If you want to go, you got to give written notice 14 days in advance to Kristi Noem herself. But U.S. District Judge Gia Cobb said otherwise, because Gia Cobb pointed out that you can't deny these people access to these buildings when the funding that Congress approved to actually build these things, the legislation said that they are allowed to come inspect them at any point without prior advance notice. So you can't do that because it's literally against the law that was passed by Congress. So Kristi Noem actually has issued a new directive. So now she says, okay, all the funding is coming from the one big beautiful bill because that one didn't specifically say they can go without advance notice. But you can't retroactively pay for something with a different form of money after you've already paid, dumbass. I know you're not intelligent, Kristi. I think you're very low, possibly single digits on that IQ scale, but you can't change the form of payment after the payment has already been made and processed and done. So good luck with that next time you're in front of Judge Gia Cobb. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is the one that took place on Friday. A federal judge blocked the Trump administration from unilaterally imposing a series of new requirements for citizens registering to vote or applying for an absentee ballot. U.S. District Judge Colleen Kollar-Kotelly struck down 2 orders from Donald Trump. Number 1 was Section 2D of Trump's order, which directed agency heads to assess citizenship before providing voter registration forms to enrollees of public assistance programs. So let's talk about that for a second. Donald Trump had signed an executive order saying you have to check the citizenship of anyone that is on a social assistance program, food stamps, Medicaid, whatever, if they are also registering to vote. So use the benefit rolls, look for people who are registering to vote, and then go check their citizenship. That is illegal, by the way, as Judge Kollar-Kotelly pointed out. That is against the law passed in 1990. Or, excuse me, this one was 96, I think. But anyway, illegal. She also blocked Section 3D, which directed Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth to update a federal absentee voter registration and ballot request form to require documentary proof of citizenship. Now, Pete Hegseth and the Department of Defense have nothing to do with voting at all. That is a division of the DOJ. But Trump said, hey, Pete, put the bottle down and go check everybody's citizenship. That's illegal. It amounts to, as Judge Kollar-Kotelly pointed out, pre-screening, which again, illegal in the United States. It's a 1993 rule. Sorry, that's the right date. Case number 3. Judge Anna Reyes, federal judge in Washington, D.C., struck down the administration's attempt to strip asylum protections from thousands of Haitian migrants and deport them back to Haiti. Now, these are the protections that have been in place since the year 1990 by the George H.W. Bush administration. For 36 years here in the United States, we have had these protections for people coming to our country from Haiti seeking asylum so that they can get out of the dangerous conditions in the war-torn country. Trump wants to do away with it. He signed an order doing away with it, and Judge Anna Reyes said absolutely not, and this is what she said in her ruling. Kristi Noem has a First Amendment right to call immigrants killers, leeches, entitlement junkies, and any other inapt name she wants. Secretary Noem, however, is constrained by both our Constitution and the Administrative Procedure Act to apply faithfully the facts to the law in implementing the program. The record to date shows she has yet to do that. So basically, the judge is like, look, you can make fun of these people all you want and call them horrible names that are actually completely untrue. You can do that as a person. But as it comes to applying the law, you can't just do that and assume it works, you idiot. So one of my favorite rulings out of all of these. The fourth ruling, of course, was that the fifth offshore wind project that Donald Trump had blocked, because he blocked 5 of them. The first 4 judges came in and said, no, you can't block these. And then on Monday, the 5th one, he was told, you legally can't block these. The company already spent $7 billion investing in the United States, and it's a Norwegian company. They invested $7 billion in the U.S. to build this farm, Windfarm. And you're just like, no, we don't want it. We don't want the jobs. We don't want any of that. Piss off. You can't do that because this company would suffer significant financial harm from canceling the project. 4 judges, 4 cases, 2 days, and Trump got smacked around in each and every one of them.